I need to be able to go hands-free so I can escape this belay system. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the rope in the brake position here, and I'm going to clamp it with my other hand like this while I push a bight through. Okay, I can pull that bight now, take another bight on this strand of rope, and pull that through so it gets nice and tight. Now I'm going to finish this off by pulling a little extra slack here, going ahead and tying the overhand knot around the strand that goes down to the fallen climber. At this point, the belay device is tied off and I can go free with my hands. Gives me the option now to start working with my master point up here. I'm going to take the back side of the belay device, use a different carabiner here. My goal is to transfer the weight from my waist to the anchor so that I can get free. I'm going to take this end of the rope and create a munter hitch, okay? Refer to the other tech tip on how to tie a munter hitch. And extend that pretty tight there, lock my carabiner. And I'm going to tie this off with a mule knot by creating a loop like this and pulling the tail of this through, tying off the strand of rope with an overhand knot like I did on the belay device on my waist. Now next I need either another cordelette that I may have on my waist, or I can also use the back strand of my rope. We'll just use another cordelette for right now. I'm going to take this off, go ahead and clip another locking carabiner into my master point. Take my cord, and I like to get the knot out of the way. I measure it like this and pretend like this is a little loop. Down here, on the strand that's weighted going to my climber, I'm going to tie a friction hitch. I'm going to use what's called a klemheist here. 3 or 4 wraps around there. And then I'm going to tuck this cord back through that tail. Slide it up close to the knot and pull it tight. Just make sure that it bites, and it bites. So now I'm going to take this end back, put it onto this carabiner at the master point, and I'm going to create another munter hitch here. Okay, let me get that nice and tight. Get those strands, where are they? Right there, get that nice and tight. Make sure I lock my carabiner. I'm going to tie this munter hitch off with a mule knot as well. Same thing, overhand here finishes off the mule knot, okay? Now that I've got that on the weighted strand and I've got this tight in here, I can go back to the belay device on my waist and untie the overhand knot. Pinch both strands of the rope here. Pull that out. Now I'm going to lower their weight from the belay device onto the green cord here. Now that it's loose on me, I can go ahead and pop that rope off my waist and I'm out of the system. But before I just leave him hanging on this little cordelette here, I'm going to go ahead and take the slack back out of the main climbing line. Okay. That nice and tight. Tie him back off. Munter mule combination once again. Now I'm going to go back to my cord and transfer the load so he's back hanging solely on the climbing rope. Release the munter mule on the cord. If you pinch the munter hitch right up here near the top, it'll keep it from slipping on you while you undo this. Take my klemheist off the rope. And now the climber's weight is right back onto the lead line here. I'm no longer in the system as the